Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. There's no topic that's more hotter right now than Britney Griner. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Britney Griner. Arguably, if not the best in the WNBA. Top player. She's like LeBron James in the women's basketball league, professional basketball league, right? She just got 9.5 years in a Russian prison. Now you know that order came from higher up. But let me start out by saying two things. One, if all these other basketball players really care about Britney Griner, the first thing they would do is start to protest. And how do they protest? You don't get on a plane and go over to Russia and play basketball anymore. See, first of all, these ladies, they play professional basketball in the US. The argument is that they don't make enough money as the guys do. The guys make lots and lots of money. So whenever it's the end of basketball season for the guys in the NBA, the females, they can't take a long vacation with the family like the guys do. I believe Britney Griner's salary in the WNBA is like $200 and something thousand, and that's with endorsements and everything else. I'm not too sure, but she doesn't make a lot of money, right? And she goes over to Russia to supplement her income. Damn. Russia did not even take into consideration that she has been coming to Russia and playing professional basketball there for almost a decade. None of it. And she has never been in trouble before in the country. She is also viewed as a huge celebrity in the country, in Russia. You heard her talk about them little girls that line up to see her and wave and get excited and ask for autographs and stuff like that. In Russia, they cared zero. That's one. If they want to make noise, don't go to Russia to play basketball anymore. What are they going to do? Sue you? They're under contract, right? In Russia. You're in the US. Fuck them. And fuck their contract. Here's the thing. Did Britney break a law? Yes, she did. Whether it was accidental, like she said in court, or it was like she planned on sneaking in her two little vape cartridges, she did. She broke the law. She got caught. However, let's be honest. Number two is what I really want to say before I start out is this. There's a lot of people out here that are saying, and I mean black people, that are saying, well, I don't really feel sorry for her because she broke the law. Well, aren't you just holier than thou art? Huh? Aren't you just holier than thou art? If this was your close family member, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, the first thing you would have said was, it wouldn't be, oh, she broke the law. Well, I don't feel sorry for her. That's what it is. The first thing you would have said was this. 9 years? 9 years. For two vape cartridges with some THC residue or in them. 9 years. Wow. I'm sorry, but the punishment does not fit the crime. And even if she was in the United States of America, because see, in the US, it's like that. That stuff's not legal everywhere. So you can literally go from one state, say you're traveling across the country in the US. You can literally go from one state and you're driving and you're fine because you have your medical marijuana card and you have your doctor's note and it's your medicine and it's known as flowers and it's not known as marijuana, and you're driving and now you cross over into a state where it's illegal and your doctor's note does not cover that. So you get pulled over in that state and you get searched and they find that on you, you just got found with illegal drugs. Whereas if you went back to the state you got it from, you're perfectly legal there. Police pull you over. Hey, do I smell marijuana in here? Yes, officer, you do. Were you smoking marijuana? Yes, I was earlier. I guess it's still, you can still smell it off my clothing or whatever. Why are you smoking marijuana? Where is your, hey, I have a card here. This is my medical marijuana card. It's my medicine. And you'll be good to go. Okay. With those two out the way, right? I want you to remember that because that's very important. The people who are saying, and I'm talking about black people because I'm going to talk about white people in a minute. And some people will say, man, everything is about color. Yeah, it is. It is. Unfortunately, in the great United States of America, it is. Now, black people, again, who are saying, well, it is what it is. She should have known better. That's not the first thing you would have said if that was your family member. The first thing you would have said was, holy, that's not okay. 9.5 years for that? I've seen people do manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter, and get less time in prison. Somebody died and get less time in prison than what Britney got for them 2 vials or them 2 cartridges. And no one's saying, damn, that's too much time. But you see, Russia had to set that bar. And Russia is not setting the bar to say Russia is a clean country and nobody here is on drugs and we're just that serious against drugs. I challenge you to go and watch the documentaries about Russia's drug epidemic. Get on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Watch Russia's drug epidemic. Put it into YouTube. You're going to get countless videos. Russia created the most dangerous street drug there is. It's not heroin. It's not crystal meth. It's something that's called crocodile or the crocodilia. Go and look that up. Russia has a lot of junkies all over the country that they have no care for. So the idea that this country is so pure and clean and she was going there with 2 vape cartridges to distribute it and fuck up the whole country, that's just such bullshit. They charged her with drug trafficking. Drug trafficking. And there were a whole bunch of other stuff that went wrong under her. The way she was searched, the way she was questioned, the papers that she signed without proper, what do you call it? When somebody interprets, proper interpretation, all kinds of stuff. But let's not talk about that. Let's get right into this for real. So, Britney Griner sentenced to 9.5 years in Russian prison. Did y'all see Boosie? Boosie lost his mind. Boosie lost his mind and said some real, Boosie always talk real though, right? I'm going to pull up Boosie, what Boosie had to say in a minute. But in the meantime, I got a lot to say. So, first of all, white Americans are rejoicing. White Americans are rejoicing. You know, I've been on Facebook and I've been on Instagram and I've seen the whole lot of comments. And it's no strange thing to see that majority of the negative comments keep her ass over there. We don't want her over here. Oh, now she wants America's help? You should have respected our flag. Oh, isn't this the girl who sided with Colin Kaepernick? Keep her ass over there. The people who are saying all that, majority of them, I looked, are white people. So it was like they were holding a grudge all along and waiting for something to happen, and now that something has happened, aha, now I can use this to hide behind it my racism and act as if I'm just saying justify the laws of Russia. They don't give 2 shits about Russia. These are the same people that care zero about Russia, especially when it comes to Russia versus America, right? But at the end of the day, there's a pawn in the middle, and the pawn in the middle is Britney Griner. And they cannot help but to say, keep her ass over there. Oh, she didn't respect our flag when she was here. So apparently Britney was one of the people who took a knee, who did the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, and now these people are trying to use it against her. It's all over social media. Majority of people, white people who are commenting, are not commenting as fans. They're not saying, damn, that's like, if that was my sister or my daughter who made an honest mistake, I would want, even if they were going to punish her, I mean, give her a year. And a year would be excessive. A year, 1 year would be excessive in Britney Griner's case. Give her a year and then send her home or something. I would just chalk it up to, hey, tough lesson learned, baby girl. Next time when you're traveling somewhere, make sure you take your time to pack your bags, because international laws or overseas laws, other countries have different laws from where we live. Here at home, it would have been a misdemeanor. You wouldn't have done a day in jail. There, it's something else, right? Plus, there's no good relationship between Russia and the US anyways. Nope, they don't look at it as that. They don't look at it as, this could have been my daughter, this could have been my sister, this could have been my mother. They look at it as, this is a black American or an African American. I don't like their ass anyways, with all this Black Lives Matter bullshit going on around, and all these big protests, and all these defund the police, and all these this and all these that. I hate them. So keep her ass over there. She should have been standing for our flag. I asked one of them, I said, when did you serve? In what part of the US military did you serve? Since you're so aggressive about your patriotism, when did you serve? And you're so aggressive about defending this flag. When did you serve? What combat zone did you jump into? What war did you fight on the front lines of? What part of our military, which uniform did you wear? Was it the Army, Navy, the Marines? What was it? Let me know. They would not answer. You know why? Because they did not serve a damn day in the military. They are patriotic online. They're patriotic with their thumbs. They will die for a flag with their thumbs. But people like me, who put the uniform on, who went to combat, I am a U.S. Army infantry combat veteran. Infantry means I wasn't out there on the front lines flipping a spatula, serving hot chow. I wasn't slinging hot chow. I was doing infantry shit, right? Go look up what infantry does. I was doing infantry shit in the company of Rangers. So I think I've earned the right that when I come home and I'm not treated equally, and the words we sing in our Star-Spangled Banner, I notice that it's not equally applied to me or my kind, then I can't feel like this is the home of the free, land of the brave, and liberty and justice for all, and the shit doesn't apply to me because I'm over here getting abused. And I went on to tell this person a story about when I came home for a 2-week break out of a combat zone. And you know, you got to get your mind right. And you have such short time to spend with your family. You know what you just left there. You got 2 weeks to kiss babies, make a little love to wifey, get the hell back up out of here, knowing damn well you might not make it back. And I went out for an early morning drive, you know, drive my vehicle over to the other side of town, beach side, where that's where the beach is, and there are a lot of multi-million-dollar homes in that area. And I got pulled over by a white police officer. And I remember the first thing he said when he walked, first of all, he walked up to my window with his hand on his gun, right? And then I already wind the window down. I already have my procedure. I turned the vehicle off completely. I got both hands on the steering wheel. You know, we have a checklist, long checklist of shit that we have to do as black people, especially black men, when we're pulled over by white police officers, just to make sure that we stay safe and we leave alive, right? So I did all that. And by the time he got to my window, the first thing he said was, "What are you doing on this side of town?" And I was stunned because for me, I'm over there busting my ass, ducking bullets and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And I come here, and this is what I'm fighting for, and I come here, and I'm asked, "What are you doing on this side of town?" And I was like, I didn't know what to say. And I thought, damn, am I restricted to like one side of town? Should I go back to the black side? Like, what are you trying to say? What am I doing on this side of town? Shouldn't I be able to go anywhere? You know, was I committing a crime? Am I suspected of committing a crime? Did you catch me in the process of committing a crime? Like, what was this? Okay. In that instance, you don't even ask questions. A lot of people say, know the law, know your rights. Yeah, that's how we get killed. Because we stay there on the side of the road trying to say, officer, I know my rights. You shouldn't be asking me all this. Hey, step out of the vehicle. Or since you want to be mouthy and chatty, step out of the vehicle. And it goes bad from then. I remain calm. I asked, what is it that you're pulling me over for, officer? He said, I'll tell you in a minute. Driver's license registration. Still hasn't told me what I've been pulled over for. I said my driver's license and registration is in the glove compartment over there. And I motioned with my head over there. He said, go ahead and get it. I said, I'm getting my driver's license and registration out of the glove compartment. And I kept eye contact with him the whole time I'm reaching. And I'm feeling from I know where it's at. I'm feeling for the glove compartment. I opens it. I takes my stuff out. And I hands it to him. He goes, I'm going to go check you out. And if I don't find anything, I'll be right back. Hold on. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, this could go really bad. But it was the feeling that I felt being violated and knowing that this could go really, really bad. And knowing who I am and where I was coming from and that I was only home for 2 weeks. He is home terrorizing citizens. I'm really off fighting for this to come home to be terrorized. So I understand the whole taking a knee thing. I understand the whole not wanting to stand when the national anthem is played thing. If people, and it's your constitutional right in the United States of America to protest peacefully when there is violation to your civil rights. Guess what? I guess that doesn't apply to black folks. Because now you have all these white people saying that Britney should stay in Russia. Keep her ass over there. Because she didn't respect our flag. Oh, now she wants America's help, huh? But before you didn't like us. She is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She represented the United States of America in the Olympics when everybody is on a high and you want your country to win, your country to be at the top of the podium, you to hear that Star-Spangled Banner playing and them collecting gold. She led that twice for us. And you were happy as a pig in shit. And now she's in trouble, and because she did not stand for the flag in protest, which is her constitutional right to do, oh, keep her over there. So I want y'all to pay attention to the dynamics of this. Her case has even split us. Kind of like when O.J. Simpson and the whole Nicole thing happened. Black people believed he didn't do it. White people, majority of them, believed he did. That kind of stuff. So that's where we're at with this now. Be honest. 2 vape cartridges, 9.5 years. Can you honestly say that that was justifiable? Can you honestly say that 2 vape cartridges was worth 9.5 years? A decade in prison, pretty much. It wasn't. It's wrong. But she's a political pawn also. Now let's talk about why Russia did that. Russia did that because if Russia had said, let's be real, we don't like any kind of drugs and we're harsh on drugs. So that 2 little vape cartridges, obviously you weren't going to supply anybody with that. That looks like personal use, right? So here's what we're going to do. You're going to do a year in prison here just to remind you, don't do this again. You're going to do a year in prison. Okay, America would have said back off politically. Biden's administration, whoever else is trying to negotiate her freedom, they would have backed off and let her do her year, and then she would have came back home to America, right? And then there would be no ground for negotiation, no leverage for the Russians to use to negotiate to get whoever it is that they're trying to get or whatever it is that they're trying to get from the U.S. But now that they've found her guilty, they've hit her with those amount of years, it's like, hey, y'all really want her out of prison? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years to negotiate this. So it's on the table. You either come to the terms how we want it, or your 2-time gold medalist, superstar basketball player female here is going to be here for a decade. And that's why they did that. Russia doesn't have a good relationship with the US. Everybody knows that. The question that remains though is this. If this was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that endeared to the hearts of Americans, would she have been treated the same way? I'll close this video out by saying this. I've served in the US military. I've been in a lot of places with the military and without the military. Because of the military, I had access to other parts of Europe while serving. So serving in Germany, you could, like, on a weekend, you get a 4-day weekend, you jump on a Mac flight and you end up anywhere, right? You're in Italy, you're in London, you're in wherever you want to go. All these places are easy access for us. I have never met a Russian that was not racially biased towards people of color, black people specifically. Never. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying I have never met one, right? They tend to deal with black folks as what they can get from you, right? If they can find a way to use you to further their agenda or to get something from you, then they will. That's Russians, in my experience. I'm not saying in general, I'm saying in my experience. And I've met a lot of Russians and I've never met one that actually liked us. So Britney finding herself in that situation made it even easier to use her as a political pawn. She is high profile, high valued, and she is of the persuasion that we care very little about anyways. Who cares if they pay her $1 million per season in Russia. That is why she leaves the US after the season is done, goes over to Russia to pick up that check. Perfect person to use. And we don't care if she's a good basketball player. We'll find more. There's lots of them over there. We pay so much over here, they'll say, fuck her. I'm not letting Britney stop my bag. I'm gonna get my money anyways. So again, if American basketball players really want to say they're standing in solidarity with Britney, no one will be packing their bags to go play basketball in Russia. Let that money stay where it's at. Sometimes ain't all money is good money. But I understand they got their lifestyle built around their finances and all that. So of course a lot of them are going to be saying, hey man, I can't let Britney stop my bag. I still got to go pick up that money. And they're going to go. Be cautious, because they might grab you and put something on you, and then you find yourself in, haha, now we have 5 of your players. You ready to negotiate now, America? It is what it is. It was wrong. They used her. And I only hope that Russia will now sit at the table and say, hey, give us this for that. And the US will say, okay, that's what it is, and bring her home. There are other people that should be coming home as well, but bring her home. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about what was said in this video, and I'll catch you on the next video. You already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. This Hot Topics TV, y'all. I'm out. Peace.